Before I start, could I get all the leaders up the front, please?
Howdy, party! Love hearing this only like 5 or 10 of us. We're just empty. No, she's not my hat.
There's a difference between people here, me, everyone else.
The most enthusiastic.
My name is Alex and I will be talking about culture and what it means. So first I would like to get all the leaders to talk about what background they're from. Whoever wants to start.
Ali, kick us off!
That guy!
It's your heritage!
I come from Australia.
Hawaii!
I have some Scottish in me.
Yes!
I think everyone knows. You guys. I have Irish in me and Australian, so that's pretty cool. I'm from everywhere, but...
English.
Yay!
Wouldn't believe it, but the same as Keely. Irish and Australian.
It's not like a twins or anything.
Gallon hat.
Yay!
Oh gosh, where do I start?
So I mentioned two. Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much from the whole UK. I I've got Welsh, Scottish, Irish, and English.
Explain.
Yeah. Yeah, but my dad actually grew up in New Zealand, so New Zealand's kind of like my second home. Hawaii.
I'm Aboriginal.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, for real? What I said earlier, I was sorry. I apologise on behalf of Australians. That was a white man's joke. Yeah, never mind. I'm totally Scottish through and through.
Wait, what? Half the family's from Germany.
Yay!
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, I came from my mother.
Oh my gosh.
But I think my background is English.
Yeah!
We have two parents that came from two different places. It's okay. Two different
Sound
things.
gun, mate?
He was adopted.
Didn't you know? Oh, sorry. And
Australian, but I'm second generation from Britain. So.
oh, good.
I'm Australian and Kiwi.
Yay!
The Kiwis.
I'm English and it's probably something else, but I can't remember.
I'm English and Australian.
Yay!
I'm English and I get a few oohs and ahs here. I'm also a bit Dutch.
I have Scotland, England, Yugoslavian, and Indian.
Okay, thanks leaders. You can sit down now.
It's good.
I knew she was Aboriginal. Oh, that's a heavy baby.
So, how was that?
Interesting.
That's good. So, what does culture mean to you guys?
Where you from?
You're from? Anyone else?
Who you are?
Who you are? Anyone else?
Sometimes it can determine your values.
Good. So every country has their own story, whether good or bad. stories turn into history, and history then turns into culture. The history of every country is also a journey through time. From the beginning of the dinosaurs to the 21st century. I could see you falling asleep, Dad.
Nice.
The history of culture is simply in terms what you make of it. And there's, sorry. An example of this is ancient Greece and the Olympics, where it was created and what it is today. So by now you guys are wondering, am I doing it on Greece? You're right, I am doing it on Greece. But not just Greece, I'll be also doing it on Australia too. And I will also be talking about how culture can influence what your name means.
Good job, bro.
For example, my name, Alexander, means defender of man or protector of people.
Makes sense.
And I am a big believer in all that stuff.
You can do it, you're doing great.
Doing well, mate. Take your time.
Go, Alex.
Go, Alex!
So now I'll be talking about one of our culture statements. It's one of our main 4 culture statements. Can anyone tell me what it is? Except for the people who know. Nice try. Anyone?
No, I'm not smart enough to know it.
Not you, Naomi. Yes?
Love, value, acceptance, and belonging.
Right you are. So I'll be talking about acceptance. That is one of our best and least statements in the 10 cultures. The meaning of acceptance is a big part of what I'm trying to tell you. Acceptance can teach us to respect each other and value and love one another. If we do that, we'll truly belong. Now, can I get some of the leaders back up the front? Just 2 or 3.
I'm coming.
Please.
Yeah!
Now, do you all have your little cards with your names on it? No. James?
At the end of the night.
Shame.
Improv.
Let me find them for you.
I'm Beck.
You are back indeed.
What? I thought your name was Marie.
You? So I'll get you each to read out what it says.
Lover
Yeah!
of horses. I like the first J.
I have horses on my property. Do you want to come over?
Down there.
Live well, laugh often, and love horses.
Just go home, Jill.
And I just change that to lady.
Mine's pretty and attractive.
Definitely.
And the quote is be your own kind of beautiful.
Yay!
And now for mine. Mine is Defender of Man. And
That's such a cool one.
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Kudos to Mum for that one.
Yeah, thanks, Mum. And my quote is, there's nothing impossible to him who will try.
Yeah, true, man.
Yeah.
Excellent. I got 3 words. Join, tie, and snare. Fear is a reaction, courage is a decision.
Yeah. Is that what your name means?
Beck.
We're all afraid.
I'm going to
You can sit down now if you
I'm
want.
afraid of myself after
Hope she doesn't wear any bus slip.
Oh, yeah.
Judge me.
I have horses on my land. One color.
So, the meaning of your name can define what type of person you choose to be, whether good or bad. We can all rise up to the challenge, but it does not mean you have to start at the top. Takes practice, patience, and hard work to get where you want to get to in life. Something like that. Because the only person who can determine the outcome of what your cultural history is you.
Good job, bro.
If you feel like you're not living up to your name, just remember your name is cultural to you. So now I would like to share a few moments talking about my culture. As many of you have come to realize, is he talking about Greece? He must speak Greek. You're half right. I am Greek Cypriot. But not just that, I am also half Dutch with English and Scottish in me.
That's cool.
That is why every once in a while we at home like to joke around and call ourselves mutts. Isn't it right, Mum and Dad?
I'm not a mutt, sorry.
I'm totally loose.
Okay.
Can I get some?
So my culture is mostly a European one with a rich history. The history of mine is more different story. I was named after Alexander the Great. Does anyone know who that is?
I can't think of it right now.
There's a few people. That's good. And for a while I had no idea until Mum and Dad pointed that out. So after a while I came to realize the reason why I was named who I was named, who my name was. That makes sense.
That's in my head.
So I got the message about my name is a cultural meaning. So I strive to become a defender of man, like my name says. And to this day I am still doing that. So thanks for listening. But I have two challenges for you. One is if you feel like your name doesn't mean anything, it means something to you. And second is, do you accept everyone from every culture? And if not, what can you do to change that? Okay, thanks guys.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Just amazing. You know, Alex, you say they're a defender of men, now protector of men or for people, and you are definitely that. Those of you that hang around and see Alex, he's been with, how long have you been with us now?
I'm over 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. And I often talk about this with Alex. When he first came here, he used to stand over against the wall there with his phone, looking at his phone the whole time, and nobody spoke to him, and it was hard work to get a word out of him. Now we can't shut him up, you know, and so, and for him to get up and do an asset and try and influence people, not only just here, but also on the over the wire online. So there are people watching you, mate, get up and just have a crack. You are an outstanding person to know. He's part of our culture. He changes our culture on our leadership team. Every time he comes to our leadership meeting, all of our leaders have to share something, and he comes out with these nuggets of wisdom. We sit there just shaking our head going, man, this guy, you know, is just such a terrific guy to get to know. And he challenges us all the time about our culture here at Bridge Builders. You know, what is our culture? Is it love? Is it value? Is it acceptance? Is it belonging? And so tonight, as he challenged you in your packs, if you don't accept people and you don't set a good culture, maybe you ought to have a chat about that tonight, eh? Let's go to our packs. Love you. Hang on, let's go down.
That's just a couple of pack changes so far.
Three, two, one, let's jam.
Hello everyone, lots of announcements tonight, so let's get straight into it and go through what we have. First off, I'm going to start by talking about WBAB. You know, membership process, been through this just a few times, you probably know what's up. If you're new, you might not, and that makes this process relevant to you. So, WBAB, once you've come to Bridge Builders 4 times, you're now eligible for the session. That session will be run at 6 o'clock on a Monday night in the boardroom, just over there. I mean, I'm pointing at it, you cannot see it. You're all looking at it from where you're sitting anyway. And what that process lets you do, it lets you participate in many of our events. A lot of them we had earlier on in the year, such as our Grand Prix and our cabaret night, but also such things simpler as like what we had a couple of weeks back with our tin rattle. So if you're interested in becoming a member, you'll also be able to get a lovely shirt, you know, supplied lovely, there you go, and a lanyard. Yours will be black though, but you know, black's like still a nice colour, shades, whatever. Okay. Anyway, moving on to tonight, because tonight is something very special. Tonight is actually our multicultural night. So as you can see, look at that, bang, bam, boom, multicultural clothing. It's like a, you know, poncho thing. That's kind of Mexican, right? Anyway, moving on before I accidentally offend someone. Tonight we're going to be having tonight the asset's going to be delivered by a very special person. So, you know, good on him. He loves doing these things, don't you? Blank, you know, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you. But anyway, he's well and prepared for tonight, nice and hyped. So get behind him and make sure you congratulate him after he's done. And look at that. Back in my normal clothes, like it didn't even happen, like there was no change, and that's the magic of editing. Now anyway, moving on to some of the things we have coming up soon. There's actually 4 important dates for you to look out for. Now, you'll see them on the poster wall over here underneath our lovely social media pages, but I'm just going to put up a graphic, you know, every time event comes up. Anyway, so we're starting with the first one. First one is our snow day, which is very exciting. Details for that will now pop up on the screen there. So doesn't that look all nice and exciting? So if you need to know anything more about that, just ask anyone of the leaders here. Everyone's nice and clued in on the situation. So if you have any questions, be sure to ask. We would love to see you attending our lovely snow day. Next up, our next three things. Our next three things, in fact, are actually for the UR retreat. They're helping raise funds for that. So next one is our high tea fundraiser, which is... Alright, look at that, all that, nice and lovely. So if you're interested in that, again, be sure to ask anyone about that, because most of the leaders will know what's going on with that. And if they don't know, well, they'll move on, they'll ask someone else. You will find out your questions. If you have a question, ask, there will be an answer. Now, next up, another event. One of our cinema nights, we actually go down to Readings or Reading Cinema. I'm going to say both, so no one goes, oh, he said the wrong one. Anyway, moving on. And again, you know, questions, anything, answers will be given by the leadership team. Now, last but not least, as far as events go, we're having another movie night, except this one's not in a cinema, this one's in office, right here, the building, right here. It's going to be a great fun night, and here's our lovely flyer for it. Sweet, so, you know, again, this one, actually, if you're under 18 for this one, you will require a permission slip, which you'll be able to obtain by the front desk at the start of the night, you know, where you normally sign in on a sheet of paper or get your card scanned. So, that brings us to the end of everything new for tonight. Everything you might not have known, everything you need to know, everything new you have now found out about tonight, except for this one little last bit filmed by the UR retreat team. So take it away, people in the boardroom.
Everyone, this is our fabulous retreat time. Everyone say hello. Hi. Awesome. So good to be with you on Monday night. We are busy planning the girls' retreat, which is very, very exciting, and we're just going to give you a couple of really quick updates. Over to you, Cassie.
We have our Be the Change bucket going around on Monday night, so please find any change that you have anywhere. Bring money in, coins, anything you've got, and put it in the bucket.
Yay, bucket!
We also all have our My Cause pages, so each one of the team members have their own My Cause pages, which they will share on their Facebook page. So if you can help us out with a donation, that would be fabulous.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Look forward to seeing you tonight. Bye! Bye.